Hey everyone, so I thought I would do a little response to this comment thread here that a friend of mine sent to me. I wasn't going to address it, but you know what? Let's go ahead. There's a few points here that I'd like to address. So first, she shouldn't, so the comment read, why does she show her feeding tube setup or something like that? Why does she need to show her feeding times? She doesn't show when she's eating solid food to be Beth fraud. Because this whole entire page is turned into all about me and how apparently I'm a fraudster. So, for that, when I eat solids, I have taken pictures of what I've been eating and showing it and talking about it. So it's not just my formula that I show. But I show it because people are interested. You guys might not be interested, but people are interested. If they weren't, I wouldn't have as many followers as I have. Still, to this day, commenting. Even if it's only the same 10, that's still 10 people that wouldn't be here if they had no interest in what was going on. Next, it says she shouldn't be running her tube feeding if she's eating by mouth. This woman's a trip. She loves the attention for the tube. She even let it hang out when she visited Santa completely unnecessary. So, I don't run it when I'm eating by mouth. If I'm eating by mouth, I'm not running the tube. Both those things don't happen. I may try bites of food while I'm on my tube to know whether or not it's going to sit or not, but I don't actually sit down and eat like a meal if I'm on my tube. That doesn't happen. It's one or the other. I let it hang out when I visited Santa completely unnecessary. Okay. How do you want me to not let it hang out? I'm running my formula through the pump. Taking the green screen off for a minute. Okay, so through the pump. When I'm out in public, I have a backpack on. So this is in my backpack. Okay, so now it's in my backpack. The tubing has to go somewhere. It's not an invisible tube, right? Like, this has to go somewhere. There's my tube that's connected to me, and then here is the feeding tube, like the giving set. That line has to run somewhere, and it runs to my back. And then down here it says, I still think she should run only electrolytes through the damn tube, though I'm unclear why she insists on... I still think she should only run electrolytes through the damn tube, although I'm unclear why she insists on the need for either electrolytes or any additional fluid. And convert to a Mickey button, no dangler for show. And run the tube at night. Only run the tube at night. Her body probably needs less than half the calories she's consuming. Her need for attention is ridiculous. Okay, so for the button, that's not an option for everybody. I wish it was, because I wish I had a button instead of the dangler. However, I've been told that from point of entry, so from my stoma to my jejunum, is too long for a Mickey, that apparently they don't come in the right length. 1. 2, even if they did, my hospital does not stock them. I would be responsible to buy them. I can't afford to buy the tube on top of buying the supplies already as well. 3, you realize I still would have to run the tubing, right? I have to run the extension. So there'd be no difference between my dangler or the button. Because if I'm not hooked up to my feed, you can't tell I have a feeding tube because I have it tucked in. I have my tube tucked in. What you're seeing in the pictures is the giving set. As per only running at night. Well, again, we'll go back to only run electrolytes. Okay, electrolytes cost money unless I'm running Pedialyte, in which Pedialyte is full of sugar. So I've been avoiding the Pedialyte. Yes, I could do half Pedialyte, half water. That would definitely lower it. But I would still have to choose to either run fluids during the day or formula during the day. Because at the fastest rate I can tolerate is 50 milliliters an hour. I'm supposed to get in 1,000 milliliters a day according to my agreement. The dietitian wants me on even more. She wants me on 6 a day at 250 each, 1,500 milliliters. Then we'll address this middle comment. Sorry, let me go back to what I was just saying. So I'm running 1,000 milliliters a day, 50 milliliters an hour, which means it takes me about 10 hours. Sorry, not a math person. It takes me 20 hours to run just my formula, which means I've got to be hooked up continuous. I can stop to add water in or electrolytes in for 4 hours, or I can do the reverse and take in less formula the odd day, which I do. So, example, yesterday I didn't run formula at all. I ran water all day. Ran out of formula about halfway through the day, Tuesday, and just filled the bag with water and just kept refilling water. Now, as for the middle comment, I wasn't going to address this one period because it really has nothing to do with it at all, but I will. The whole can't work excuse can't be hired because of the dangling tube of safety and liability risk. This is what I've been told from retail locations, is that it prevails or whatever. It creates a safety and liability issue. Now, luckily, where I did get in for a job, they don't care about that, and it doesn't matter. Smug-faced to-be attention claims to eat a banana, but unable to take more than a few sips of water per day. Listen, I know you don't believe me, but I don't care either. The point that really going to address is the bottom line. Reposting years-old positive COVID test picture. No, that COVID test that I posted was from the day I posted it. It came back positive. I got new tests and retested it twice, and it came back negative. The test was expired that I did use because that's what I had on hand, and I got new tests, and 2 tests came back negative, so it was a false positive. Why would anybody post a years-old COVID picture? That makes no sense. But again, my main person I'm addressing this is R.D. Deer. I am not on the feeding tube if I'm eating orally. It's only when I cannot tolerate oral intake that I go on my tube. And a Mickey, you're going to see the same line running. Difference is it's going to be the extension plus the giving set, not just my tube in the giving set. You can't actually see my tube in the pictures. Picture in question. You can't see my tube. What you see is the giving set running to the back of my chair where my backpack is. So you're still going to see that regardless if I have a button or if I have the dangler. You'll still see that. My tube ain't that long. Anyways, I just hope this answers anybody else's questions that may have the same questions. But I am 100% honest with all of you guys. I do not lie. I'm not a fraudster. I'm not a scammer. I'm not a grifter. Yes, I asked for financial help because unfortunately medical shit is extremely expensive. But yeah, so I hope this answers questions, and no, I am not turning my page back into only addressing these trolls. The one commenter, the RD Deer, whilst yes, they are very uninformed, perhaps this will inform them. Not that I think that they're going to start to agree with anything I say or do. I'm sure they're still going to disbelieve everything, and they're going to say this video is full of excuses. So, but anyways, it's mainly just to educate others on my feeding tube. If you ever have questions, feel free to ask.